we're talking a lot about client care. In the wedding business specifically, such as inTUNE, why do you feel a detail oriented approach to planning your wedding is really an essential, or should be an essential part of that experience?
Planning a wedding is stressful. Most people have not planned a wedding before, and I think a lot of people are surprised by how much planning goes into it. So I think as as wedding vendors, the more that we can do as the experts to support people in our part of the wedding, the more stress it's going to take off of them. And I know, we've talked about this a lot. We really want our clients to feel taken care of and that we can make their day as enjoyable as possible, because you don't want to spend your wedding day stressed out worrying about all of the little details. You want to be able to enjoy your wedding day. So let the experts worry about those details for you. That's our job.
That's it. I always say we're in the business of removing stress,
Right.
and I say when you're in the research phase of, DJ, really any wedding vendor for that matter. And this goes back to the collaborative approach. If you're not feeling that the stress is going to be removed in hiring that vendor, to me, move on.
I
That
agree.
that would be a big piece of advice that I would give. There should be a stress removal. Now, if you're not getting that in the beginning, if you don't get that vibe, likely you're not going to get that later. That's my experience. And that's going through it from being a groom, going through that side, and also, from a business owner, what
Mhm.
that energy that you show up front and what you bring to the table is so super important to me. And having that detail, that level of detail leading up to your day. And you don't want to be on your wedding day thinking about how this is going to transpire. To me, if you feel in any way that you can't properly be present on your wedding day, that's
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 a
a
problem.
sign too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're fully invested too, right? I mean, this is a full-time client-centered approach business. We're all in. We use all the softwares and you know um, different tools to help manage our lives and help manage your lives.
And we also have our planning software. So that's what we send out to our clients, where they can plan all of the different points of the day, all the music that they want for everything. And I mean, people tell me all the time that that software is great. Do they say the same thing to you?
All the time,
All the time.
like overwhelming. And this is what I mean about investing in your business. Once you've got a system in place that rewards the client, but it rewards us as well, it makes our life so much easier. Yeah, they tell us all the time, right? And that's been an evolvement, I think,
Yeah.
over time, just working on making that a manageable solution to clients to remove stress, not to add stress, right?
Mhm.
If it feels like homework for your wedding planning, yeah, it's kind of doesn't give you the feel good vibes 3 months out. It's kind of, you want to feel like, this isn't a huge mountain to climb. We've got a great team, and we'll get this going together. So
Well, and we've really streamlined it to this is the crucial information that we need so that we're not overwhelming people. And I will get I will regularly get people hopping on the phone with me 3 months out from their wedding or 6 months out from their wedding, and they're about to start this software and they're really nervous about it and they're worried that it's going to be really overwhelming. And then when they walk through it with me and they actually look at it, they go, "Oh, this is actually very straightforward." I don't know why I
yeah,
was panicking about it.
yeah. And actually, you're touching on exactly what I wanted to ask you in terms of really your role within Intune. I'd
Mhm.
love you to touch on, from a day-to-day operation, what would you say overall? How would you summarize kind of how you fit into Intune? Where will our clients meet you along kind of the planning process, and like where do you come in? What's your role? What does that entail with Intune?
So Clients will meet me anywhere from 6 months before their wedding to 3 weeks before their wedding. I prefer sooner rather than later. Um, but basically, they talk to you initially. And then as they get further into their planning process, if they have questions, if there's anything they need, then at that point, they are free to jump on a call with me and I can walk them through whatever's going on. So if it has anything to do with using the planning website or, you know, how our process works, how to choose music for different points of the day, all of that kind of stuff we walk through. And then my biggest function in the planning process is that I do the final details meeting before the wedding day. So I make sure that all of your planning website is filled out. I make sure that we've got all the unique details for the day. If there's anything that you're doing that's special, I make sure we've got all the details the DJ is going to know. I make sure that we know what unique vibe you're looking for the dance floor and things like that. And I take so many notes, Mark. You comment on my note taking all the time. I
Appreciate
I
that. Yeah.
take so many notes because I want to make sure that the wedding day is perfect and we've got all the information that we're going to need. And then every time I talk to our clients, I take all of my detailed notes and everything that I have noted, everything that Mark has noted, I put it all into a package for the DJ so they get this comprehensive information package the week of the wedding so that they can prepare and actually create that experience that we're looking for.
The idea is that once the DJ slash MC arrives on the wedding day, that's the fun part, right?
Yeah.
That's the fun part. We want you to be present as the clients and us to execute, right? But I think a lot of people don't understand. We put in so much work leading up to the day. By the time the day comes, that's the fun part for us. We're
Yeah.
very confident in our approach, but we've already put in the work to have a really detailed, unique, personal, experience. And so, because of that, the DJs can do what they do best, right? Which is provide a unique entertainment experience for you and your guests based on that package that you've put together. So, yeah, so important in our approach. It is very personalized, and that I think is sometimes missing from a lot of experiences. This was one of the reasons why I created my business in the first place. I wanted the clients to have a say. How is their day going to be a unique, personalized experience? That takes work. It's easy to say, no, we're going to show up. You guys are good. You're taken care of. But with us, it's, we want you to have a say and give advice surrounding, how we can provide a personalized experience. That's a real unique touch.